How to free yourself from a manipulator when you're emotionally dependent. Learn to discern the traits of a manipulative individual, unravel their tactics, and grasp the strategies to break free from the cycle of emotional abuse. Imagine being ensnared in a sticky spider's web. The more you struggle, the more entangled you become. This is how someone emotionally dependent feels in a relationship with a manipulator. Low self-esteem and emotional neediness render the person vulnerable to the manipulator's schemes, making liberation challenging. But, akin to the spider, manipulators are not invincible. It is possible to break this cycle and reclaim your emotional freedom. In this audio, I will guide you through this liberation process. You will uncover the traits of manipulative individuals, the warning signs of emotional dependency, and most importantly, valuable strategies to escape this sticky web and build a life based on self-love and autonomy. Who is the manipulator? The architect of dependency. Manipulators, often described as architects of dependency, are individuals who employ cunning strategies to exert control and emotionally exploit others. Capitalizing on their victims' insecurities and emotional vulnerabilities, they seek personal advantages in various types of relationships, be it romantic, familial, or friendly. These individuals exhibit a range of distinct characteristics that set them apart. Lies and reality distortions. Compulsive liars distort reality to manipulate the narrative and make the victim feel guilty or insecure. Truth becomes murky, paving the way for control and doubt. Guilt as a weapon of control. Masters of guilt manipulate the victim's emotions, causing them to doubt themselves and feel responsible for the manipulator's actions. Guilt becomes an instrument of submission and obedience. Emotional blackmail. The threat of abandonment. Emotional blackmailers threaten the victim with the withdrawal of affection, attention, or support to get what they want. Fear of abandonment and loneliness is exploited to ensure submission. Perpetual victims. The mask of manipulation. Manipulators portray themselves as victims, seeking compassion and assistance from the emotionally dependent person. Role reversal masks control and exploitation. Emotional indifference. Lack of empathy. Indifferent to the victim's feelings, manipulators prioritize only their own interests. Lack of empathy makes the relationship toxic and draining. Have you ever found yourself feeling guilty for something you didn't do? Or been subjected to emotional blackmail to satisfy someone else's desires? If so, it's important to be aware of the possibility of being involved in a relationship with a manipulator. Recognizing these behaviors early on can be crucial to protect your own emotional health and seek ways to break free from this cycle of manipulation. Warning signs. Recognizing emotional dependency. Emotional dependency is fertile ground for manipulation, where the victim finds themselves trapped in a harmful cycle of behaviors and thoughts. Recognizing the signs of this pattern is crucial to initiate the process of liberation. Here are some signs that may indicate you are ensnared in this web. Constant fear of abandonment. A constant dread of being left alone leads the individual to submit to the whims of the manipulator to avoid rejection. This fear can manifest in various ways, such as excessive anxiety, need for control, and difficulty being alone. Frail self-esteem, insecurity, and the belief that one is undeserving of love make the individual more susceptible to control and exploitation. Low self-esteem may have roots in past experiences, traumas, and internalized negative messages. Excessive need for approval. The incessant pursuit of the manipulator's validation creates an emotional dependency that limits autonomy and individuality. The individual feels they need the other's approval to feel good about themselves, which can lead to loss of identity and authenticity. Acceptance of abusive behaviors. Minimizing or ignoring disrespectful behaviors out of fear of losing the manipulator constitutes a cycle of abuse that needs to be broken. The victim may feel guilty for the manipulator's actions, doubt their own perceptions, and normalize the abuse. Social isolation. Withdrawal from friends and family to please the manipulator contributes to feelings of loneliness and entrapment in the web of dependency. Social isolation deprives the victim of emotional support and makes them even more vulnerable to the manipulator's control. Did you identify with some of these signs? Do not despair. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward liberation. From there, it is possible to embark on a journey of self-discovery and seek support to break free from emotional dependency and regain autonomy and emotional well-being. Breaking the web. Strategies for freeing yourself from the manipulator. Liberating oneself from a manipulator, especially when emotionally dependent, is a process that demands courage, determination, and persistence. This detailed guide offers a comprehensive set of strategies to break the cycle of manipulation and regain control of your life. Strengthening self-esteem. The foundation of liberation. The first step to freeing oneself from manipulation is to strengthen self-esteem. Through self-awareness and self-compassion, one develops a more positive perception of oneself, recognizing strengths and weaknesses, celebrating achievements, and prioritizing emotional well-being. Establishing healthy boundaries, safeguarding your individuality, learning to say no and prioritizing one's own needs is crucial to break free from the manipulator's control. Setting clear and firm boundaries allows individuals to protect themselves from abusive behaviors and assertiveness in their relationships. Unmasking the lies, truth as a weapon. Analyzing the manipulator's actions and words with rationality and discernment is crucial to unmask their lies and distortions of reality. By questioning and confronting the manipulator's speech, individuals get closer to the truth and make conscious decisions. Seeking support, a network of strength and security. The support of trustworthy individuals, such as friends, family, or a therapist, is essential to strengthen emotional health and provide support during the process of breaking free from manipulation. Relying on a support network offers individuals the security and encouragement needed to face the challenges of the journey. Preparing for breakthrough, freedom at any cost. If the situation becomes unsustainable and compromises the individual's mental and emotional health, definitive separation from the manipulator may be necessary. Develop a plan for emotional safety and rely on the support of your network to take this important step. Imagine yourself slowly cutting the threads of the web that bind you. Each implemented strategy brings you closer to the freedom and emotional well-being you deserve. Keep in mind that it is possible to break free from emotional dependency and regain control of your life. Rebuilding your life, the power of self-care. Freeing oneself from the manipulator is merely the first step. The true journey of healing and rebuilding emotional life begins after the break. It's a gradual process that requires self-care, compassion, and persistence. Here are some tips to flourish and reconnect with yourself. Engage in self-care. Taking care of your body and mind is essential for flourishing. Nourish yourself with healthy food. Engage in physical activities that bring you joy. Carve out time for relaxing hobbies and prioritize sleep. Cultivate self-compassion. Acknowledge that you are not to blame for the abuse and that you deserve love, respect, and kindness, especially from yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion you would extend to a dear friend. Reconnect socially. Reconnect with friends and family who offer you genuine support and affection. Join support groups for individuals who have experienced similar situations. Surrounding yourself with positive people is crucial for emotional recovery. Therapy as an ally. Therapy can be a powerful tool for processing the traumas of the abusive relationship, developing skills to build healthy relationships in the future, and strengthening self-esteem. Celebrate small victories. Recognize and celebrate every bit of progress, no matter how small it may seem. Celebrate each step taken toward your emotional well-being. This practice of acknowledgement will bolster your motivation and self-confidence. Remember, rebuilding is a gradual process. Be patient with yourself and celebrate every victory, no matter how small. With dedication and self-care, you will flourish and build a life based on self-love and autonomy. You have the power to rebuild your life and break the cycle of emotional dependency. Believe in yourself, seek support, and embark on the journey towards self-love and autonomy. You deserve to be happy and live a fulfilling and rewarding life. Frequently asked questions. Question 1. How can I recognize if I am in a toxic relationship? Some signs of manipulation include excessive control, emotional blackmail, and constant criticism from your partner. Question 2. Is it possible to change a manipulator's behavior? While it is possible to confront a manipulator about their behavior, it's important to remember that you cannot control their actions or change their nature. Question 3. What are the psychological effects of being in a toxic relationship? Being in a toxic relationship can damage your self-esteem, confidence, and emotional well-being, leading to issues such as anxiety and depression. Question 4. How can I protect myself emotionally from a manipulator? Establishing clear boundaries, strengthening your self-esteem, and seeking social and professional support are effective ways to emotionally protect yourself from a manipulator. Question 5. How long does it take to emotionally break free from a manipulator? The time it takes to emotionally break free from a manipulator can vary from person to person and depends on various factors, such as the severity of the manipulation and the available support. We have reached the end of the audio, How to Free Yourself from a Manipulator When You're Emotionally Dependent. Did you like this content? Share with someone who needs support right now.